A wall of flames consuming all before it. The firemen trying to slow its advance are fighting a losing battle. Wildfires have been raging in Australia for months now, scorching more than 3 million hectares of land and destroying over 700 homes. Their smoke has engulfed Sydney, blurring its iconic skyline. But with record temperatures fanning the flames, the state of New South Wales is preparing for things to get worse.
Given the severity of extreme weather conditions today and also Saturday and for the next few days, on advice of Commissioner Fitzsimmons, New South Wales will be in a state of emergency from today for the next 7 days.
Scientists blame global warming for the severity of this year's fires. Parched from the searing heat, New South Wales is a tinderbox already alight.
We've got just under 100 fires burning across New South Wales, and half of them are not contained. Whilst today is going to be a very bad day, a dangerous day here in New South Wales, the forecast is that Saturday will be even worse. So we're talking about some very serious and dangerous conditions over the coming days.
With the heat bearing down, many Australians took to the waves to cool off. Even as they relax on the beach, the flames are creeping closer.
Okay, with even more dangerous conditions on the way, let's go straight to Sydney now. And journalist Roger Maynard. Good morning, Roger. A serious situation where you are. What's the latest?
Well, the temperature nudged 42 degrees centigrade on average across Australia today, which is pretty hot by anyone's standards. And as your correspondent mentioned just now, we've got a state of emergency declared in New South Wales, which will be in force for at least the next 7 days. That state of emergency will give the authorities greater powers. It'll give the fire authorities and the police the power to forcibly remove people from their homes if necessary. But the really big worry here at the moment is the sheer unpredictability of the weather. No one really knows where the next fire is going to break out, or where the burning embers from those fires will be sent by winds to other areas and create more fires. Today we've had some really horrific pictures of fires burning out of control both north and south of Sydney. 3 firefighters have been badly burned in those blazes, and there are reports that as many as 20 homes have been destroyed. Brian.
Roger, with all this unpredictability, how are people coping, especially with the health threat from smoke? We've been seeing the images in Sydney.
Well, it has to be said they're not coping very well, particularly because of the smoke haze, which has blanketed Sydney and much of New South Wales for the past fortnight or so. Today it was really bad, probably worse than earlier on in the week. You could see, a few hundred metres if you were lucky. And that visibility and those sort of conditions are creating big health hazards here. For many people, the smoke and the heat is arguably more serious than the actual bushfires. In fact, more people die in Australia from heat waves than bushfires or floods put together. And doctors here are advising everyone to stay indoors if possible, or if they have to go outside, to wear a face mask.
Roger, the heat wave is another climate change alarm bell for Australia. How's the government responding to calls for it to change course on its current climate policies?
Well, there's certainly a big debate going on over here about the cause of this bushfire crisis. Many people blame the government for not taking action, for not addressing climate change and making moves to reduce the country's reliance on fossil fuels. But others argue that there's no direct link between climate change and the drought-like conditions. And dry weather, of course, is nothing new to Australia. Droughts have been going on here for the past, many, many thousands of years. Even so, the right-of-centre government here is being savaged for its lack of action, a point highlighted today by the fact that the Prime Minister, Scott Morrison, has gone off on an overseas holiday, reputedly to Hawaii, and ignore the situation while Australia burns, and that clearly hasn't gone down too well with the electorate.
Roger Maynard with the latest for us from Sydney. Roger, thanks so very much for that.
Thank you, Ron.